All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we got the one and only. We actually got living legend straight out of the 619, man. We got T2wice right here live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, good, man. Blessed. No complaints. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I hope everything's all well with yourself out there in San Diego, man. I'm hearing you guys are starting to open back up. You guys are doing some hella shows, man. So it's good to hear that actually individuals are getting back to normal life.
Yeah. The whole pandemic thing, the whole mask mandate, and everything is opening back up, man. They actually letting us have a little bit more freedom out here. We able to move around as artists, get some things under our belts, get back into the rhythm of things. So it's kind of normalizing out here. So, beautiful thing.
Yeah, man. I was talking with one of the radio station sponsors, Trey Boogie, man. I guess you tore up his stage the other night, man. He said you tore the roof off the venue.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Bro, man. Yeah, we was down there at Vibes. We had the homie Ryan Anthony. He dropped the album. We had this little party going on, and then we went up, man. The response from the set that I did out there, man, it was amazing. The energy in that building was live. It was lit, man. You understand? Beautiful night. It was a movie last night in that thing, man.
And also, man, taking you back to the beginning of your amazing career, man, I have to ask, man, what actually made you decide to get into the music industry initially?
Honestly, man, I started off just, freestyling in apartments that I grew up in. I grew up in Meadowbrook Apartments, Southeast St. Anne. I was just mainly a freestyle rapper. They had pointed stuff at the wall. I would just rap. So when I turned like 19, I took it serious. I made my first little project on a Macintosh computer with no mic. The mic was just a little square thing on the actual computer. And then once somebody heard it, my boy Stan heard it, and he was like, "Man, you got to actually put some stuff behind you. We want to get you in a real studio, get you going." And people just started gravitating towards realness. And then where I came from, I already was a pillar in the community, so it was just like, it went hand in hand, man. And I've always been in love with music, so it was a natural fit for me with music.
And man, going back to when you said that old school Macintosh computer, man, I remember those things when I was younger, man. It just looking back and thinking about a computer like that now, man, it really shows how much technology has really gravitated throughout the years.
Man, incredible technology, man. I remember how we had to do it, man. I had GarageBand. We used to make our beats on GarageBand, record on GarageBand. This before I even knew what Cubase was, before I even knew what Pro Tools was. So everything elevated, man. And now it's just like riding a bike. When you go in the studio, everything loads up. The computers is all nice. Everything is flowing. You got external, internal hard drives. Everything. Man, it's way easier to do things now. Way easier.
Especially internet-wise as well, man. Because back in the day when you're doing the whole GarageBand stuff, you had dial-up. So you know what I mean? You had to make sure your family was off the computer, for about maybe 6, 8, maybe 24 hours just to get that one song actually uploaded, man. It was definitely a pain in the ass, the dial-up days.
Right, man. So just with today's technology, man, it's Wi-Fi and all this stuff, man. The 5G, 4G, everything, man. It's actually a blessing that we're in this technology era that we're in doing music.
And also, man, taking you to June 30th, 2015, you actually released the phenomenal album titled Gimme Mines. I was wondering, what is the creative process behind that amazing album? And of course, is it still available to be streamed or purchased today?
Yeah, so when I was doing the Gimme Mines project, that was like my stamp and telling everybody who I am and this is what I'm coming for. And I was able to display a lot of versatility while remaining true to my culture, true to who I am and where I come from, but also making good music that everybody can relate to all genres. And, man, it's right now, my whole entire catalog, all you got to do is look me up, T2wice. I'm on Apple Music, I'm on Spotify, Amazon, PlayStation, Xbox. I'm on every streaming outlet I'm on right now. All my old albums and my current albums on there. My whole entire catalog.
And also as well, man, another phenomenal album you actually dropped, and is the one that I actually discovered you on, man, was on September 22nd, 2016, where you dropped a 16-track masterpiece titled My Issue, man. I was wondering, I was always wondering, man, what's the story behind that amazing record? And of course, like, you know what I mean? Like, do you have any hard copies available? Because I do know it's an older record, but do you have any hard copies available for the old school listeners that still love that compact disc format?
Yeah, you know what? The the On My Issue project. That's probably one of my favorite albums that I've done so far. That was put together. That was masterminded how we put that together. Even the beat selection, to the subject matters, to the penmanship that I put in that, to being able to grab every mood on one album. It was an easy play from start to finish. Whatever you was feeling, whatever mood you was going through, there was a song for that. And yeah, I still got hard copies of that, man. I get asked about that album and the Give Me Minds project. Those are the main two I normally get asked about, but I have hard copies of those as well.
And I gotta say, I figured as much as well, because like I said, it's an older record, right? You probably sold out of those things a long time ago.
Yeah, I was selling them out the trunk, man. I was pressing up CDs as fast as I could press them up. They was going. That just shows that I have something that people really wanted to listen to. So when I got on my streaming and I was able to throw that catalog and throw that album on there, it actually just started picking up more traction to like the new fans that I actually got now. When they go to my catalog, they're like, "Dang, you got a whole bunch of dang! I didn't know, dang, you got all this music." So it's a beautiful thing, man, when they can go back and it shows my growth from where I started to where I'm going.
And I gotta say, man, my favorite joint off On My Issue, man, is actually Rare Occasions, man. I want to say, I think that's like track 5 or 6, if I'm not mistaken, but still one of my favorite joints off that record.
Yeah, Rare Occasion. That's actually my sister's favorite song. She actually plays that to this day while she's getting dressed to go to work. Rare Occasions is just one of those. It's a ride music, and if you are who you are and you're comfortable with yourself, for you to do what you're saying, man, that's you. But if other people don't know how to keep it real with themselves, and you know how to keep it real with yourself, that's a rare occasion that you're gonna be fake. So when you look in the mirror, you know what I'm saying, you keeping it 100 with you. And for somebody to speak bad on you, that's a rare occasion because you so 100. So that gravitated towards people too, because it was like I don't know, it was an uplifting song to some people. It just made people feel like, oh yeah, I'm that guy, I'm that girl, which is the power of music. That's what you want to do when you make a song. A legendary song like that, you want to have that last for when I'm not even here on earth. My music will still be going on.
And also, as well, man, you were actually currently signed to Wealth Rock Music, man. I was wondering, how did that record deal come to be for you? And of course, what is it like actually working under that imprint?
Yeah, so Wealth Rock Music Group, man, it's cool. My boy DJ. So this is the story with that DJ J Wealth and DJ D Rock. J Wealth, he's a successful DJ, and he's out of San Diego. He works in LA. He's on Dash Radio. Him and D Rock put something together, and D Rock was actually trying to get me for like the last 5 years, man. Honestly, but I was doing so many things. I was going north, south, east, and west. So when I actually finally ran into these two gentlemen, we sat down, we chopped it up, chopped the business up, and everything made sense. So me coming over here was just like icing on the cake. Now, being over here, it's like I have 2 DJs behind me, in-house production, in-house mastering, I have an in-house studio. When I mean in-house, I mean a real studio, not in my house, when people don't understand what in-house means. So I have that going on. We have the Dash Radio Club going on, the authenticity of the music and the beat. So my DJs are it's so significant to me because when they go to any club, they go to any venues, any parties, my records are going to be spent automatically because they're pushing the Wealth Rock band. And as of right now, I'm the only artist currently on Wealth Rock. DJ D Rock, he's an artist too, but he's moving towards more the DJ lane and production side. So the sole focus is on me to get me established, to get the 100% push behind me. So that's what made sense to me, getting the machine behind me and getting more notoriety for who Twice is.
And also, as well, man, this year you were actually featured on Sugar Free's Group Therapy album. I was wondering, how did you actually get connected with Sugar Free? And of course, what was it like just working with him on the song titled I Know?
Oh, yeah, Uncle Free, yeah, that's one of the coolest cats you ever gonna come across. But shout out to my brother Infrared. So me and Infrared, that's my partner, up, and when we linked up, it was more of a friendship. You know, we did a song together, but we developed a friendship. Now, Sugar Free and Red, they go on tour together. You know, they be all over the place going on tours and things like that. So me and Red already had like we got 4 songs recorded. So when we did that song that for the Sugar Free project, Sugar Free fell in love with the song when he heard it, and then he allowed it to go on his group therapy project. So now what that does right now is whenever he goes on the road or things like that, if I get invited out now, I'm out performing in front of thousands of people based on the song and the strength of the relationship I have with Red and now Sugar Free. So it's just once you remain solid, man, and you do good business, everything runs hand in hand. And me and Red have a genuine relationship. You know, we've been in my mom and dad's house. I've been to his house, things like that. We mess with each other outside of music. So that's how that whole story and that whole flood unfolded, just being genuine.
And going back to when you said he's one of the coolest individuals, man, I actually had the opportunity to chop it up with him live on the radio station a few months back, and I gotta agree with you, man. Sugar Free is probably one of the most slickest individuals, man, you can chop it up with, man. Definitely a lot of definitely an individual you can learn a lot from.
Yeah, he like cooler than the fans, man. Like real easy going, laid back, approachable. You know, he ain't stuck up. You know, he'll give you some game talk back to you and everything. Real cool cat, man. Real cool.
And also, man, as well, on February 19th of this year, you actually teamed up with D-Rock to actually create the album Twice the Product, man. I was wondering, what is the story behind that collaboration? And, of course, where can our listeners actually snag themselves a copy of that record today?
So, the Twice the Product, that was me and D-Rock just... Man, we had actually, since I merged with Wealth Rock, damn near recorded like 40, 50 songs. So it was a situation when I go to the lab, D-Rock and have some playing, Wealth would throw a beat on, and we just murdering, you know, we murdering it right then and there. So he's like, man, we got all this product that we sitting on. You know, we want to keep the momentum going, showing what Wealth Rock is doing. Let's throw this Twice the Product, let's merge this and throw this out there. So we like, okay, so our plan is to keep flooding. You know what I'm saying? Every quarter to keep flooding, and show them the product that we're pushing. The new sound beats. Some of these beats that I'm rapping on now are typically not in my type of, you know, the type of beats I would select. So they're pulling more things out of me when I'm writing. You know, and my creativity is expanding even more and more and more. So hence Twice the Product, because we're going to get more product from Twice. You know, and D-Rock is a great producer and engineer, and he also is an artist, and we're both able to display our talents together and show what this Wealth Rock music is about.
And I gotta say as well, man, like that collaboration record is absolutely phenomenal, man. Like you could really hear your guys' like chemistry on that record, man. I'm really looking forward to like a second collaboration record, man, because you guys did a phenomenal job.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Tomorrow, I'm in the studio from 9 a.m. tomorrow to probably damn near tomorrow night. Just working and building, coming up with new ideas. We're in album mode right now, so when I get in album mode, man, it's a total different animal. So I'm being there cooking, working, scrapping songs I don't like, songs I do like that I may love, other people may not like, you know. So we're going to be getting this back to the grind, man. Never stop.
And also, July 2nd, so just last month, man, you actually released your most recent single titled Reality Inception that I'm actually going to be playing immediately after this interview on the radio station airwaves. But for the listeners that haven't already heard this song, can you tell us a little bit more about it, and what can they expect from this brand new song when they do hear it live right here on the radio station?
Okay, so Reality Inception. So the concept of this song, it was pretty deep, man. You know, Inception is like the beginning. So the reality of what is going on with the police brutality around the world is in the same sense of slavery, which is going on at the beginning of time. Hence, that's why the cover looks the way it is. So the story of Reality Inception is about basically a man wakes up in the middle of the night from his wife. He has a newborn baby. She needs diapers. And I basically paint a vivid picture of him leaving his house, following every rule, every guideline, obeying all the speed laws, having the seatbelt on, et cetera, from him getting pulled over by a police officer for that exchange turning left and then actually, losing his life behind that. But it's more of a vivid, very vivid approach to every bar, every detail. It's very descriptive. We actually working on the video right now. And the reason why I did it, and I didn't use no profanity in the song or anything, I was turning the page so the listener can get a view of what somebody may go through or experience prior to that point of having any type of engagement with a police officer. So I wanted to paint a different light than what they show on the mainstream media. I wanted to show he's a family man, he goes to work, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's obeying everything, he's complying. But it took a turn for the worse because of, I would say, a perception. So when you hear it, like people that have already heard the song, I done got reviews, people called me crying. My son, he's actually 9, he heard the song, he cried in the car. I've had people just look at me in a daze, like, wow, like it's a powerful song, and it displays nothing but the reality of what's going on out here, so that's hence reality reception. So I wanted to put the listener in the passenger seat, they can close their eyes and envision everything going on.
But also, Twice, this is the time in the interview, man, that I give a chance for the individual just to kind of like let the individuals know what's going on, man. So if there's anything you happen to miss, anything else you still want to talk about or promote, feel free to let our listeners know, man, just in case I missed something.
Yeah, you got everything right. Everything is, you hit it on the head, man. Everybody just follow me on my IG. It's T2wice. Google me. You can look me up. My next project that's dropping is called Growth and Separation. It's going to be one of them instant classic albums. It's highly anticipated. I got some more collabs coming with my boy Fig Newton out of LA. There's some more artists that I've been reaching out to. We're working intelligently behind the scene out, Yeah, man, just keep on foot on the gas. So if you hear yep, you already know it's Twice, man. Peace and love, man. Look me up. Tap in with me. Talk, I talk back. I'm probably one of the coolest, humblest cats you guys ever meet or interact with.
But also, man, before we actually part ways, man, if you can, drop them social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated everything Twice if they're not already doing so.
Yeah, so TikTok is I am Twice, and how you spell it is IAMT2WICE. Instagram is Twice, T2WICE. You can Facebook me, that's Twice, TWICE. Everything is Twice. And the easiest way is just to Google me. T2WICE. My all artist page will pop up. My email address will pop up. My website is just twice.com. Twice.com is the website. You can look me up, get in contact with me any way like that. Email, social media, DMs, all that. I was fine. All right.
But I gotta say, first and foremost, man, thank you so much for just giving us a little bit of your time this evening and coming on 97.7 FM, man. It was definitely an honor and most definitely a privilege, man. And hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate everything you're doing, man. Beautiful platform.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. You are most certainly welcome, man. Nothing but love from Canada all the way to the 619 of San Diego, man. We most definitely shall talk soon. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.